Hey guys, it's Allison. If you want to see how I got this really clean, everyday makeup look, then keep watching. Okay, so I started off just by moisturizing and priming my face, which are super important steps if you are trying to really get a good finish with your foundation. I also put something on my lips just to kind of prime them because we're going to be using a liquid lipstick and those tend to be really drying. First I'm going in with the L'Oreal True Match. My shade is in W1 Porcelain. And I'm going to be applying this with just a normal Sephora buffing brush. I got it in a 3-piece contouring set. So what I like to do is I pour a little bit of the foundation into its cap and I just stick the buffing brush in it until it's like evenly coated, and then I'll just kind of dab it on it first, and then you just want to buff it in. Now, usually this foundation, you can just use one coat and be fine, but I have acne and I also have some dry skin, so I usually will go in with a second coat just because I like full coverage. And also, if the foundation looks very light, it's only because I'm trying to match my neck, but when we go in later with the contouring and the bronzers, we will darken up the face a little bit. And then this is when normally you could stop, but I'm just going to apply a little bit more to more of my problem areas, which is basically everywhere. The lighting in here is extremely bad, so sorry for that. Alright, so this is when I'm just going in with my damp beauty blender. This is actually a Real Techniques beauty sponge. They're all pretty much the same. This one's just a little bit cheaper. And you just want to go under the eye area, so just get all the creases. This is also going to pick up any excess product that you don't need. So now everybody does this step differently. I like to go in and do my brows. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. And first what I like to do is I use the spoolie side just to kind of brush my eyebrows and make sure that they're all going in the direction they're supposed to. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, first I start under the brow and just do feathering motions really lightly with the pencil, going outward to the tail. I like to turn my head so I can get a better view of what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go on the top and do the same motion. Just there, down the tail. And then I just kind of starting here, I like to leave the 1/4 kind of open to get more of a gradient effect. I'm just going to lightly go down, fill in any spots, down the tail. And then use the spoolie again to just kind of mix it all in. So that's kind of what one of them will look like. Again, sorry for the lighting. So the same thing, start on the bottom, then just kind of go across the brow, do the entire thing, then use the spoolie, brush it up, mix all the product together. So once that is done, you are gonna, or at least what I do is I take the Anastasia brow powder. It looks like that. And then I'm just going to take any type of angled brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. I got it in like a set, just very thin and angled. So I'm going to go in with the dark side of this, get a little bit on my brush, and then start with the very bottom and just kind of really define the line. Then going at the top of the brow, then going in on the other side, just lining the top, going back, and then you can kind of just feather it in over the brow. And then last, I'm going to take the spoolie side again and just really blend all that product together. That is all I do with my brows. Once my brows are on, then I will go to shadows. So today I'm going to be using the Carli Bybel palette. I just got this in the mail, pretty late to the game on it, but it's really beautiful. There's a lot of like awesome shadows and highlighters at the bottom, and it's really great for an everyday look. I'm going to be using the 3 colors right here just because they're really pretty, like mauve and dark purple shadows that I think are really going to be good for just an everyday. First I'm going in with the tan shade right there because since I put foundation on my eyes, I just kind of want to cover them with powder, that way it just blends easy. So then I'm just going to go in first with this light mauve shadow, the 3rd one on the top, get a little bit on my brush, and this is just a Real Techniques blending brush, and I'm just going to start by going right in the crease with this color. And you're always going to want to start out with just a little bit, and then you can add more. So I'm going to go in with that same color one more time, and just pop it right in the crease. And I'm doing windshield wiper motions as well as like kind of little circles just to really get it all blended in there. So once you have it, it'll just kind of look like that, just really lightly on the crease. And now I'm going to go in with the darker color right next to it, right here, and do the same thing using the same brush. Get a little bit, tap out the extra, and then pop this in the exact same place right in the crease. Yeah, so now you can tell the difference. It's a little bit darker and more defined on that side. And you want to be careful to just leave it in the crease because you don't want to go too far up to the brow. Okay, that's usually where I'll stop with these. And then I go in with the darkest purpley color right on the top here. Take a little bit, about the same amount, tap off the excess. And then this, you're going to put it in the outer V of your eye. So that's like here, and then onto the, or into the crease. Take a little bit more, go on the other side. So you're just going down onto the lid, and then up into the crease, not surpassing it though. You don't want to go above it. So, yep, so now you can see it's like darker in the outer corners. And if you would want to go darker, you can. I'm just going for a basic everyday type of look, so you don't want to go too harsh with it. So I'm going to stop here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a MAC 242 brush. It's just a very like flat top brush. I'm going to pick up this color here, this one, right next to all the purple ones on the top row. And now I'm just going to go into the color. I usually just do a nice little like tap it in like that. And the brush is wet, so it'll stick. And then with this brush, you're not moving it around, you're just going to do tapping, so like a tapping motion like that. So, and you're only going in the front corner, the part of your eye that you have not covered with any product yet. So just light tapping motions. You don't want to go too high over the crease, and you don't want to go too much into the other color either. So as you can see, the shadow is just really beautiful. There we go. And then I'm just going to go over to the other eye and do the same patting motions. Going to pick up a little bit more. And then you just really want to blend everything together. So I'm going to take that little Real Techniques blending brush that I used for all the mauve shades, and without adding any excess, or without adding any more product, I'm just going to again go over the outer V and just kind of cover any glitter that might have gotten to the other side of the eye. Okay, and you pretty much just want to go back and forth as much or as little as you want. So I'm going back with my MAC 242 in the shimmer shade, and just again popping in the same area, just to really pack in the color. Okay, just a little bit more blending here, and I think that's pretty good. I am going to go below the lash line later, but I want to conceal first, because if you put stuff down there right before your concealer, you're just going to cover it. So I'm actually going to use 2 concealers. So first I'm going to use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in Vanilla. And then I'm just going to go in with the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. So it just has an applicator like that. And I'm just going to conceal in a downwards triangle motion, because if you only do the dark circle, you're almost emphasizing it, which is not what you want to do. You want to cover it to make it look like you got enough sleep. And I take it a little bit onto my nose as well, just to make it look like I have a smaller nose. So just downward, in a downwards triangle like that. So you're going here, just along the eye, up on the nose, down here. I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl, and I'm just going to add another layer just directly on top, because I really want my dark circles covered. Down. And then this is when the Beauty Blender comes super in handy, because I think for under the eyes there's really nothing better. So you're just going to want to do pouncing motions. So pouncing just right over the concealer, and you're going to want to look up just to really push the product into any creases you might have. Okay, then go to the other eye and again just the tapping motions. So there we go. So now I'm just going to set what we just put down, and again I'm just using a drugstore CoverGirl loose powder in the shade 105, and I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush as well. So what I like to do is I just get a little bit on my brush and then want to tap out all the excess, because you don't want it to look too powdery under there. Take your Beauty Blender one last time to pounce out any creases that may have happened in that short time, and then kind of without looking, you're just gonna pop it right under the eye, kind of down the nose, take some more, tap it out, to the other eye, pounce out the creases, looking up. Alright, so then that's it. Alright, and now that I've done that little area, I'm just going to set my entire face with the same loose powder. I'm just using this small little kabuki brush that I got from Target again. So I take from the top, get it in, tap out the excess, and then I'm just going to put it all over my face. So I'm just kind of moving this all over the face. So I like to put this pretty much everywhere that I just put the foundation. You want to bring it down your neck, because I also put foundation down there. Alright, so now into contouring. You can use like any bronzer, or you can go to like Target and get like a cheap one. I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia contouring kit. You open it up and it looks like that. So I usually take these two shades and just mix them together on my, just a brush from Sephora. Again, this came in the contouring kit where my buffing brush came from. So what I do is I just take a little bit of both of them, like that, just kind of go back and forth, tap it out, and then you're going to want to make this nice face here, go like this, and then you can see right where your cheekbone is, because you're going to want to pop this right where the cheekbone is. So just like that, and I like to start at the ear and go in. So now we're just going to take the same two shades, tap off excess, make up the same face, and go in, starting from the ear. Now I'm just going to take the same two colors and just bring it up on my forehead, because any places that naturally have shadows, that's where you want to put this. So if you also have a larger forehead, this is a good step, because it'll make it smaller. And then again, the same colors. Make move your head to the side so you can see a nice jawline. And then you're going to want to contour out that double chin. Or at least I like to. So I'm just going right below the jawline. Not where you would see it on the face, just right below. Taking the same two colors. This next step you do not have to do. I only do it because I don't really love the shape of my nose. So I'm going in with only this middle color. Just doing a couple with my brush. And I'm just going down the very sides of my nose. So, same thing. Just go straight down, and this will just make your nose look a little bit slimmer, because it'll be more defined. And now we have a very intense look, but we're going to stipple it out later with the stippling brush. First, I'm going to go in with my tiny blush. This is from Ulta. And I'm just using this really big just powder brush from probably Target. So just kind of swirling it around, tapping up any excess. Make like a little smile face so the apples of your cheekbones like stand out. And just kind of go right along it, just like this. And there's the heating again. Thank you. So now you can see it's a little bit more rosy in that area now. And now for one of my favorite steps, I'm going to be going in with the Becca highlighter. And I'm going in with my brand new A23 brush from Anastasia. It's just a highlighting brush. So you just kind of go in like that, tap out the excess, and then you're just going to want to go right along that blush line. Right like that. Get a little more. Right there. And then I like to take a little, first we were using the side of the brush, now I'm just going in on the top. I'm just going to go right above the eyebrow, a little bit on the tip of your nose, and the cupid's bow. So now that we have the blush, highlighter, contour, everything going on, I'm going to take this Sephora stippling brush. You can use any dual fiber stippling brush. This is just one that came in the contour kit. And you're just going to want to just go in round circular motions around everything. Circular upwards motions, like that. And then same thing on the other side, just blend everything here together. Also, you put contour right on the jawline, so you're just going to want to take it down onto the neck, not up onto the face. So once that's all blended together, we can go back to the eyes. So again, going in with the Carli Bybel palette, I'm going to take my MAC 242 brush again, and then go in with the light shimmer shade that we used before, and just going right on the tip of the brush this time, so just putting it in a little bit. And I'm going to go in on the bottom lash line right in the corner. So that's going to be right here. And now with the Real Techniques blending brush, I'm going in with the darkest color right there that we used on the outer corner. And I'm just going right under the lash line here. So now we have the bottom area covered as well. And now I'm going to go in with eyeliner. I'm just using the Almay Intense Eye Color in Black is Black. And I'm going to put it on the lower lash line. I'm just going to put it right on this line here. So as you can see, one coat really makes it just look more intense. Now I'm just going in on the other eye. And now I'm going to go in with mascara. First I'm going to curl my lashes. Hold it for a couple of seconds here. And then I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Okay. Now onto my lips. I'm first going to use a MAC lip liner. This is in the color Soar. And I'm just going to quickly line my lips. Follow the natural shape of your lip. And then just go right under. Okay. I'm just going to go in with a Anastasia liquid lip, and this is in the color Pure Hollywood, right here. Apply it. And now again, I'm just going to go in with, this is an Anastasia lip gloss. This is in the shade Metallic Rose. And then again, since my skin is definitely not perfect, I use a lot of powders and stuff, so sometimes my face can look a little bit cakey after all the powder, so I'm just going to go in with my MAC Fix Plus and just spray my entire face to kind of set it and also tone down the powderiness. And then with that, you are done with this everyday kind of a daytime look. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!